Hey, Mom. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. It's been weird trying to grieve from the other side of the country. So,
Are you okay?
yeah, I'm okay.
You sure?
I am Ownage Pranks. I've been on YouTube for 13 years now, and despite being on YouTube for so long, I definitely recognize that there's a pretty big disconnect between my audience knowing Ownage Pranks and like who the hell is the person behind it. So it's been a struggle to finally figure out how to like introduce myself to the world in that way. I decided that it was about time to finally do something a little different and give people a deeper look into me and some of the people that I've been close with. And I mainly have one very special person to me that I'd like to finally introduce the audience to, which I never really had that opportunity before. Would you say that Grandpa had a favorite?
His favorite was you.
Did he hide the fact that I was his favorite?
No. No. No, he doesn't know how to hide anything.
My grandpa and I were like I can't even explain how close we were. Like him and I were.
We came to this house at the beginning of August 1890, and you were a year old. So you were like 10 months old.
Grandpa was like a father figure for me, you know, like Dad passed away when I was 14, and then even prior to that, Giddu helped raise me. He was the one who every morning would take me to the bus stop, wait for me every day. He would wave like the bus down in case they were about to leave, just to make sure the bus like wouldn't leave me behind when I would want to sleep in for an extra 5 minutes.
Oh my God, like the two of you were tireless, playful, having a good time playing with each other.
He lived in Egypt and he came to America under like the guise of a visit. Like I'm just gonna go visit my daughter, see her son, and then never left. Like he took the role of like being my babysitter, like my friend, evolved as my best friend. He was such a huge part of my life, a huge part of how my sense of humor developed, how like he inspired so much of that.
I think he made you a joker. That's what is priceless.
بكلمك جد مرسوم عليك بالظبط لو انت هتخسرها عن التالت مش هنطلع من
So if I don't take this, my grandpa's gonna be really upset and travel to Egypt apparently. Look at the shoulders.
You look like Murat.
I'm about to go to like a wedding. In his typical giving fashion, he insisted that this was just the nicest suit, and if I didn't take it, that it would just be a shame because it's such a beautiful, nice suit. And he even said, "Marsuma alik," equivalent to like, it's painted on you because it fits so well. And it was not painted on me, and nor did it fit well. It just looks so ridiculous. And like, he was 10 out of 10 enthusiasm that it was the suit that I needed in my life.
كنت والصحة والسلامة الله يبارك لك
عندك كم سنة دلوقتي؟
وربنا عن دلوقتي 95 ولا 94 93 مش عاوزين يطلعوا ابدا
ها
تدك على طول مش عاوزين يطلعوا ابدا ولا ينزلوا تحت.
Never in my life have I met somebody with his just aura, energy. He's had an impact on everyone he's met. You high, Gramps?
He looks like he is, dude.
As you get older, you have health issues, and what seems to be the case is doctors just love to siphon endless amounts of painkillers and prescription meds to remedy your pain. And at an old age, taking painkillers certainly helps relax you and give you more comfort, but it comes with its own slew of other side effects and issues. For the longest time, I wanted to figure out ways to help with his pain, like seeing my grandpa in pain or having back pain or arthritis, like it crushed me. Like, I always wanted to figure out, like, how can I help him? Like, what can I do? I've heard so much about how even the elderly were finding relief in medical marijuana. Not necessarily pulling out a joint and like smoking it, but just like, you could have it in a little chocolate bar. You could have it infused in some butter, like cooking oil. Eventually, I pushed on the idea of having him try like some manuka honey that was infused with THC. I'm about to give homeboy a little bit of THC. Remember how he reacted when I gave him that little smidge of honey?
بقول لك وحياة النبي محمد وغلاوتك عندي الشاي ده بريح.
ريحك؟ انت حاسس بايه؟
والله كان ضرب وجعني.
ايوه.
خدت بالك بحب كده كسرت الدكان ساعة ما خدت شاي بالأمانة نمت ونعست.
He started calling it like Amen's painkiller tea, like laughing. I sat there watching him like a hawk and gradually saw him like loosen up. I see him snooze for a little bit, then he wakes up and watches some shows, he's like smiling. And then I started bringing him some snacks, cutting him up some pears, and like he's eating it up. I bring him some ice cream.
جدو ايه رأيك؟ ايه رأيك؟ حلو مش كده؟
I wanted to prove the point to like my mom and friends too, like, look, there is some genuine benefit. He was like in Arabic saying like, I feel so much relief. He's like, what kind of tea is this? He's like, I love this tea. He's like, give me more of this tea. And I was like, yeah, I'll get you more of this tea. But like, he loved it. In retrospect, like it was helping with his appetite. He was getting pain relief. He was sleeping better. He was even happier than he already was. He was such a positive, chipper person.
They would always look at the positive side of stuff, of life, you know, like, not the negative, you know, like, you know, some people grouchy or...
Yeah, no, like his positivity was like unparalleled. I never record videos or things in general, but for whatever reason, like my gut feeling told me, I was like, capture these memories with Grandpa. Like I had like just so many random, like, sitting down with him, I was like, hey Grandpa, look, it's like a mirror.
زي المراية مش كده؟
شوف الحلاوة.
Try to just solidify these memories as much as possible. He was such a unique, energetic, like uplifting, simple, like easy to please, low maintenance, like he epitomized low maintenance. He could be twiddling his thumbs bored all day and like I would put on like some WWE wrestling marathon in the background. He would sit for 14 hours, content as ever.
جدو انت مستعد؟ Grandpa, you excited? مستعد؟
He loved wrestling so much that my brother and I got him WWE tickets that were like front row, backstage access. We borrowed a Versace robe from a friend just to make it look as ridiculous as possible. We met a bunch of like superstars. He had the time of his life.
انت انبسطت؟
مبسوط قوي ان احنا ضحكنا مع بعضنا.
Those memories are like so priceless. Literally every single phone call I had with Grandpa, I recall it ending with him just saying like pleasantries and prayers and all sorts of stuff. Just like, I recorded some of those phone calls I had with him actually, just because yeah, I remember like, especially during his, like the last couple months.
Yeah, this is when he got the sickest, you know.
ماما اشوفك امتى؟
هتشوفني امتى؟ اجيلك اي وقت. اجيلك.
الله يبارك ويخليك. الله يبارك. ما تجيش حاجه، انا عندي كل حاجه.
طيب اجيب لك ايه بقى وانا جاي؟
الله العظيم عندي كل حاجه يا ربنا. انت اللي حلو وانت الكرم كله.
الله يخليك يا حبيبي، شكرا.
والله سيدي ما حاجه اقول لك عليها. بالامانه والله.
طيب ماشي يا حبيبي.
بارك الله فيك وربنا يحرسك وربنا يكبر رزقك وتبقى مليونير.
ربنا يخليك يا حبيبي، شكرا.
Before I left to come to LA and when I took that flight, I don't know why, but I had like a gut feeling, and I ended up pulling the camera footage of my last interaction with Kidu before I left.
Oh, really?
I lost.
Hello?
مين هيوصلك؟
في تاكسي جاي لك. في تاكسي جاي لك.
As I was in the driveway, in the Uber about to leave, I like had the Uber, I was like, sorry, can you run the meter or start the trip? Just wait for 1 second, I want to make sure I have everything. And I'm like on my phone, just simply logging into my Wi-Fi to download this video clip because in theory, it would have been available even like 3 months later, but little did I know, it got erased. So like luckily, because of the fact that I manually pulled that clip from my mobile device, I have it now, and it's like the last time I spoke to him, last time I hugged him.
What did he say?
Same thing he always says. He was super positive. He said some like nice words and like wished me the best and like hoped for my happiness and success. So like, I mean, that was per the norm. It was hard because like, obviously for everyone watching, this is not something normal for me. I'm secretive as is, let alone coming on camera like grieving remotely has been weird. Despite how hard it is that like he's gone now, I am like, I take comfort in the fact that he lived like a super long, happy life. He was loved by so many people. Like there was no lack of like love and affection in his life. And despite this whole thing happening during COVID-19, it had like a long line of cars of people just waiting to go like, pay their respects at his funeral, even though they had to do it from like inside their cars. Sometimes you can go through long periods where you don't lose a loved one and like, you don't have to go through that like grief and heartache, but life is fragile, everyone's gonna go someday, it's like, and like it's cliche and cheesy, but it's important to just stay close to your fam and like really, make the most of all these moments. It honestly bums me out when I see people that don't have strong relationships with their family. Like I know people go through hardships, you argue with your siblings, your mom. Life is fragile. You don't know how much time you have with the people that matter to you the most. It's important to let the people that matter to you know that you love them, you care about them. It would mean the world to me if you guys could leave some comments, reconnect with somebody that you otherwise had some like weird tension with. Like go out of your comfort zone, call your grandparents, call your mom, call your siblings, call your best friend that you argued with last week. This is the furthest out of my comfort zone I've ever gone on YouTube, even for the reveal. Like, you think I wanna sit here like tearing up about my grandpa on video? No, but it also means so much to me that you guys got to meet him that I honestly genuinely don't care if this video gets 1 view or 20 million views. I just want to finally show the world who helped shape me into the goofy person that I am today. And my grandpa definitely had a huge impact on that. He was such a positive, uplifting person. I miss him so, so much. And I'm so grateful that I'm close with my entire family. And despite how shattered I am by this news about my grandpa, I take so much comfort in knowing that he had no doubt in his mind like how much he meant to me. So I think I miss him a lot, but I am happy about that.